IVM.
If you're broke, if you need money, if you don't have a wallet, you don't have a financial portfolio, don't bother. There's no hope for you. Or is there? His name is Anupam Gupta. Paisa, Vaisa, but don't ask him for money. I asked, he gave me nothing. New episodes out on the IVM podcast website, app, or wherever you get your podcast from. कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen, yaar, don't be so conservative. Okay, Cyrus says, time to learn something from a great man who may or may not be here on this podcast. Before that, very beautiful moment for me because newspapers are back in my life. In my entire building, our family is the only one who's asked for the newspaper and got the newspaper. The rest are very worried about getting COVID through newspapers. I try to explain that you get COVID information in newspapers, not necessarily COVID itself. But unfortunately, the paranoia is continuing and people are going mad. My only point to all of you is we're old-fashioned and we're old, literally. So we need our paper, the feel of the paper, to hold the paper, to pick it up, pull it, sometimes to use it after going to the toilet. So it's very important for me to have my newspaper, and I'm really happy about that. So newspaper, thank you for returning to our life.
Hey everybody, welcome to another awesome week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you're not following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Paytm Money and Intel. We appreciate their support. It's been a really fun week, guys. We've had some great episodes on your old favorites. Cyrus Says, Advertising is Dead, Edges and Sledges, Football Shitball had a really fun episode as well. Definitely do check it out. I'm sure you're going to enjoy yourselves. And with that, let's continue with the show.
And now, let's talk about Cyrus Says' new guest, who's actually part of the IVM family now with his own show. He's the remarkably talented, he's asked me to say this, very versatile genius, supreme commander when it comes to theatre, films, television, and there's nothing he hasn't done. And there's no producer who doesn't owe him money somewhere in this bloody country because he's worked from north to south, every single state almost. We'll go into all that in detail. Ashish Vidyarthi, how are you? Welcome to our terrible show, Cyrus Says.
Cyrus, how come you didn't mention all the other things that I had asked you to mention about me, my friend?
Listen, all sexual exploits are supposed to be told on a better show than this, where there is a sponsor. Don't waste stories.
Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hear you too and see you too.
Ashish, let me just quickly talk about the fact that I've done my research, which basically means Silvery has sent me a Google. You are the host of a new show on IVM podcast, Begin the Journey.
Yep.
Am I right? Is it a very boring story or is it going to be?
It's a very, very, very boring story.
Right.
Told in an even more boring way.
You got me.
What a boring thing called life, my friend.
You got me at boring. I want to work.
Absolutely. As bored as, it's, for me, it's a corny title, but I got it from a very different place. And okay, you're the first person I'm going to admit where I got this title. So I was watching this very interesting documentary on Rajneesh. Do you recall that?
Oh, I'm a big fan. Just how to say FUCK.
Wild.
Yeah.
Right.
The one on net.
Yep. And there was this beautiful moment in that at the end when I think it was Anand Sheila who said that, right after Nirvana, what do? You just begin the journey. And for me, Cyrus, it kind of hit home when we just look at it, look through life and look at how we've been living, each one of us has discovered some amazing things, and just when we thought that we have discovered it all, suddenly something else comes up. And for me, I'm forever excited because I have found life double guessing me all the time and offering me things in ways that I never expected. So I'm very excited about this entire phase, and therefore that's what I bring out.
Ashish, just to reiterate a little bit, what you're saying is that Anand Sheila, who apparently was the villain of the piece in a sense, at the end of the entire, let's call it Project Rajneesh Ashram, whatever, when the cards are falling, she says the journey begins. Fallen, sorry.
Yeah.
So at the end, almost post Nirvana, whatever you want to call it, she then says the journey begins, and this is a metaphor for Ashish Vidyarthi, who there's like the beginning cycle that goes on.
It's for me. I don't even know. I don't even know if I get the metaphor in my life, but definitely, Cyrus, I kind of it's very interesting that each time we arrive at something, the next station kind of says that, hey, there's something else calling you.
Yeah.
And especially at the age that I am at, which is 54, I find it very boring to know everything that I do. So therefore, it is exciting for me to discover new aspects. And therefore, so begin the journey for me is anyway been my leitmotif. And then I found something which is, it resonated with me completely. And that's how this...
Just checking the biodata, leaf motif. Now there's Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam, Telugu, Hindi, Bhojpuri, Bengali, English, Odia, and Marathi. 11. But the leaf motif is some other, it's either Latin or French.
It's some other. It's Greek.
You're working on
Croatian. It's Croatian. Maybe it's Croatian.
Well, let's say it's Croatian. That just sounds so great.
It sounds so good.
Or Macedonian, which is close to Croatia.
Macedonian. Though that does sound a bit nutty to me at times, because that's one nut which I could never kind of tend to like. But yes. Are
you talking about Xandros of Macedonia? Known to history as Alexander the Great, our hero, us megalomaniacs. Listen, brother, let me praise you first and get it off my chest, because then we can take shots at each other and have a normal talk. Now, see, you're the real deal. I'm only going to say this once. Don't make me repeat it. Apparently, for me, it's all about the peers. Anybody who's worked with you, and I've met so many people from the television and film line and, events and everything, because you're a master of all. They all think you're fantastic. And I think at the end of the day, you're judged by your peers. So Ashish Vidyarthi, let me just put on the record, you are the real deal, and you're a real artist. I think that's also reflected in this damn IVM podcast, where you don't give a damn about what you've done or not done, or how much money you made or didn't make, or what awards you won or didn't win, and you want to just keep going. That mad artistic bent is there, hopefully with some narcotics which are not allowed by law. But the amazing part is that you've worked with everyone. I'm sure you've done things you're ashamed of. You've done things you're really, really proud of. You've just done everything. So you're just that quintessential artist, anywhere, any era, any time. I think that would be you, because I don't think you really deep down care about what happens, in terms of material success or tangible sort of goals. You're just you. Is this fair to say, Mr. Ashish Vidyarthi?
Well, you keep moving. One thing which you have discovered, so of the 11 languages that I work in, I speak only 3 of them, in whichever way that I do. But having said so yes, it has been a continual journey, Cyrus. And, I'm also speaking to someone like you, who's also, work personified. And you've also crossed mediums effortlessly, and you kind of go on. So consider for a moment, I've always felt that you either get to be a viewer or a player. And for me, I'm not too much of a big fan. In fact, I'm not at all a fan of, chronicling what all I have done. But I have discovered that in movement, when you meet people and they say that they have seen you there and they're all, and mostly, sometimes it's also very funny, because most of the time they're saying, "Sir, aapko dekhi maine, Ghatak mein kya kaam kiya tha aapne?" Of course, I have not done Ghatak, but it doesn't matter. Then they will attribute. So the point is that, Ziddi becomes Ghatak and something else becomes something else. But it's interesting how you get reflections of, especially when you work across languages. So when you reach different airports, remember, there was a time we used to fly.
Yeah.
And then you meet different people at different cities, and they have their personal connotation of you. And that's very, very interesting, Cyrus, to put it very simply. It's very, very interesting. That people in different languages, you have spoken to them. In fact, the joke with my wife is that when I'm at different places and they are speaking to me in that language, and the interesting thing about a conversation is that people ask a question and then they answer it also. So how are you doing? I'm sure you're doing well. Okay, do you like this food? Of course you like it. So you are generally nodding, and then my wife is saying, "Hey, listen, he doesn't understand the language." I said, "Pilu, they're never going to believe you. They've seen me, So
37 Oriya films by now, so what the hell? How can you not know it? But the most interesting part about all this is the fact that I think wherever you've gone, I don't think you want to be rooted to that thing. Am I right?
Yeah.
That's your whole thing.
Completely rootless, Cyrus.
Rootless.
Comfortably rootless, yeah. It's been the story of my life, yeah.
But it's almost like an antithesis of the other artists, some of the so-called superstars who do the same old thing and stay in the same old place and have the same old friends. You're like a blast from the past, like a 60s or 70s sort of artist, a Bob Dylan-esque sort of character, just does his own thing and blowing in the wind, if I may. But I want to go back to the genetic material that made you, because I'm a huge fan of Indians who come from all kinds of backgrounds. And is it true you're north-south mixed, aren't you?
Okay, I'm a Malayali father, Bengali mother from Rajasthan, me born and brought up in Delhi. So it's a south, west, east, north. Yes, yeah,
Wow.
kind of covered.
I mean, this is the blueprint for the perfect Indian in many ways. If only we could just juggle everybody up like that, they'd probably understand India much better rather than stay in our ghettos or Parsi Bags.
You know, understand the world better, Cyrus. And this is not, I'm not, I'm not being philosophical about it. But, you know, like growing up in Delhi, my father, who had spent a whole lot of his time, life in Mumbai, Bombay, Kolkata and all that. So we used to have sometimes, kanji for breakfast or poha for breakfast or idli for breakfast or parathe for breakfast. So right from food to everything. So I never knew what food was from where. And it began from there. And thereafter, we were so completely culturally agnostic. Wherever we went, that culture, and it was not a big thing. You know, it was like how we were. So for me, one of the things that I liked about Bombay when I first came here, that people didn't ask, where are you from? You know, any other place, you would ask, what is your native place? What the long story, my friend.
What is that native place expression? Why does it even come? It's going on for the last 3 generations.
Yeah.
Which is native place? Where are you from? Mulk kya hai? You know, it's almost like a negative connotation, like, you know,
It's
native
also
place,
negative and
old
also
medieval village.
People want to place you, na? They want to place you. Okay, like in what
How
context?
does it make them feel better?
I don't know. I mean, shall I tell you a modern connotation of that?
Please.
It's what do you do? Like,
right.
What do you do? So it should
Profession.
fit into my understanding of you.
But it's a judgy thing, isn't it? What do you do? And then you say what you want, and then I judge you immediately.
Yeah, because I'll be
top dog or
completely
bottom dog?
okay.
Yeah.
I'll be completely okay, Cyrus, you saying that, you know, I did this show and then I did that show, and then suddenly Cyrus says, I also paint,
Bathrooms.
mannequins. And then I say, what? Then I say, well, no, one sec, sir. You're Cyrus Brocha, right? Like, yeah. So that is something. And
People want to pigeonhole the person, put them in a sort of
it's easy
stereotype.
for people to comprehend you. They kind of get a bearing about you because they've spent a lot of time, first of all, getting who you are. Now, don't confuse them any further. You know, it's like they say that, listen, don't. So, you know, like the Tata Steel ad has been a huge thing for me, you know, when they said that we also make steel. It opened up stuff for me, my friend. It said that, look. Anyway, I was confused. Tata Steel said it's okay to be confused. So I discovered, since then, I've been actually a Rolling Stone, actually kind of
Mr. Rolling Stone,
collecting
my
moths.
wife, who's listening to me and you right now from 10 feet away, has written a note saying, how much flattery. So apparently I'm praising you too much.
Oh gosh. No, it's not some. No, one sec.
Huh.
That, I just got scratched. Was that you?
Yeah, that was me.
Hey,
That was me.
no wonder.
I'm the person from behind, Baba, always.
My God. Thank you.
Okay, listen.
Thank the lady on my behalf.
So she's left the room in sheer disgust. As a woman of class and taste, why she married me, probably like an NGO thing for her. Nobody can quite tell.
Yeah.
But let's just agree that people are choots. I've had enough. We can't support people anymore. It's terrible, most of them. And people say the most stupid things, Ashish. I'm sure, as you said, because you're a global Indian in that sense, you're going everywhere, meeting different cultures. You must be having some great stories to tell us. Because they say the most stupid things, like when they stare at you and then try to get a recollection and then point at your face and then call you by the wrong name. I don't know if it happens to you, but it happens to me all the time.
Wrong name is my kind of. Do you like the sound effect that I'm playing for you?
Yeah.
You like it? I did it especially for you because your wife said that it's too much.
Ex-wife,
really.
she's left. Yeah, and thank you for that. I owe you. Yeah.
So yes, typically I've been like people just walk up to the Ashutosh ji kaise hain aap, and then they introduce me to their wife, and then I kind of go on and
you play along.
Then their wife says, "Come on, Ashutosh nahi hai ye Sadashiv ji hai," and then I kind of and then somebody said, "Nahi, aap to Sadashiv Puri hai." He mixed Om Puri and Sadashiv Amrapur.
Beautiful. So you're now a mixed child of artists.
Amazing. And then you just, and then especially when you're in a group of people and they are throwing darts at your names and say, hey, this name and that name. And I say, and then you say, what's in a name here? What's in a name? Of course it hurts you. But people don't care. It's the equivalent of, I remember when I began work in South and in the end 90s, 99s. That time, there were only films which were made in Hindi, right?
Right.
There was, as far as the North India was concerned, there was nothing existing outside of it.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, exactly. And
was there?
And the same was there because it was a complete divide. It was thanks to Star World, or was it Star World or something? Star Gold, which started dubbing films and bringing films from here to there and there to here. So I remember. So Indian Airlines flight. So and Ashish G used to take off from here because I had by that time, I had done a few films here, so people had started from being an Kale actor Bulana to Ashish Ji. Okay, took a few years. So Ashish Ji used to take off from here, land in Madras airport. My makeup man and my personal person who was there with me, three of us walk out, and then we look around, and then I spy a board which says something like Aziz Vidyanidhi. So I walk up to him and I say, Ashish Vidyarthi, and he says, Bombay film actor. I say, yes, written car. I remember that entire period, those schedules, the beginning schedules, and then Indian Airlines tickets. Remember they were handwritten on that red something. Handwritten. Yeah. And so Aziz, as I had the tickets in weird names, Aziz Vaidyanathan or some variation of that. And
but
then
how do we get
come back.
Where do we get these names from?
So that's the interesting part. It was too difficult for them to comprehend. But the interesting part here is, Sir, is that same Aziz, whatever, and the variation of that, when he would land in Bombay, again became Ashish Ji. So for me, it was a huge learning. Now, till the point my film started working down south, and then they started knowing whoever I was. But that period gave me amazing amount of insight that this name fame stuff, if you start believing in it, it just so it fast forwarded for me in my life. I kind of realized that it's not going to remain. So I got it in between my career, rather than getting it at the end of it. So it kind of made me really easy about it. But names, and therefore, all my videos, everything that I do, we keep having a name there. Hi, I'm Ashish Vidyarthi. Then people say, why do you tell me your name? I said, then I tell them that ask me about it.
Well, you're in good company because one of India's well-known actors, a fellow called Amitabh Bachchan, also has this habit of introducing himself all the time. Like, hi, I'm Amitabh Bachchan, like nobody knows who he is.
Makes complete sense, Aris. Makes complete sense. I tell you.
Why take a chance?
Why? There might be someone. And it's horrible. It's horrible for your ego when somebody says, calls you by some other name. But then you feign that you're okay with it, but you just make sure that he calls it right.
But here's the funny part. As India goes, Ashish and Vidyarthi are pretty common names. It's not a very difficult one. It's not one of those...
Vidyarthi is not there. They call him all various. Vidyarthi and Vidyarthi and Vaidyanathan, all those things are there. But, like growing up in Delhi, nobody called me by my name. They all call me Sheesh. Like Sheesh or Sheesh.
Which is African Americans speak of Delhi.
Not Delhi. Sheesh or Sheesh.
Because of Punjabi slang.
No, it's like that's not Punjabi slang. That's my name. Sheesh Vidyarthi.
Sheesh and Eel.
It's like the
Keel
is not there. Yeah.
How do they say fuck off in Delhi? They just say off. Sorry, yaar. Punjabi mein bhi swallow the first syllable.
Off. Off hai yaar.
Yaar. Okay, listen, Ashish, I want to now do what we normally do here, which is look back at your life as quickly. We don't have that much time, but as much as we can. Now, you said, so you were born in Delhi?
Yes.
Okay, so you're technically a Delhi boy. That was the grounding?
Totally.
So obviously, Hindi is not a problem, unlike me. You can abuse all morning and all evening, 24 hours, MCBCs. So but how, give us a bit about the background.
I can see a win somewhere. I can see a win somewhere.
That's my wife. Did you see her? She's the one who said the flattery thing. There she is. You think I'm flattering you too much?
I felt somebody was just scratching me, and that was Cyrus. I just found out.
She can't hear. I've got the earphones. He's abusing you. Stop abusing my wife. I'm just kidding. He would never do that. He's a gentleman. Of course not. You look at some of the films you've done down south, you're the most villainous man the world has ever seen. Take us back to Delhi and the beginnings. How the hell did you become an actor? What is the background?
Well, I born in Delhi and then went to a school called Shiv Niketan. Interestingly, it was run by a German lady, and she was very kind. She allowed people to answer questions in whichever way that you could. And I kind of found my calling that I was, maths, I couldn't understand at all, but I could kind of describe things enacted. But then I went down to
Can you answer with a German accent so that we know that she...
Mrs. Elizabeth Gauba, an extraordinary person, Cyrus. I'm no longer...
So you will not do the accent as a mark of respect.
But she was like, she was amazing. She was married to a Sardarji. And so she chose to stay on. And a pretty interesting school, because Sanjay Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi also went to that school.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's a very tiny school. At best, I remember I had 2 or 3 classmates. So it was like a kitchen garden of a school, at Haley Road. But I remember when I went down to regular school, which was Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, post that, I was completely lost, Cyrus.
So why were you put in this pristine, fancy school first?
Because my father just got me there, and after fifth he said that let's get our kid into regular life, and so we went into Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, and Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan was a wonderful school, except we had exams and we had to take exams and we could fail, and I did. So Sanskrit and math were my Achilles heel in whichever language. But
also maths in Sanskrit. Real
can you hear math in Sanskrit? Sanskrit and math, it is unbelievable. Numbers still dance in front of me. So I
some Malu blood, but isn't there? You're half Malu, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So no maths DNA?
That part I kind of missed. And I don't know if
Malu. I just did the stereotype. The same thing that you get from the guys who meet you on the road.
That's more Tambram. It's like more Tambram. Yeah, who can great in math. But anyway, even had I been at Tambram, I think it would have definitely skipped me. But math didn't work, and then I had science. Just imagine my goal. I wanted to do science because I loved science, except without math, nothing would work. So finally, I had to give up science and went to do history at the Hindu College. But theatre was something which it spoke to me. I saw myself living many lives, Cyrus. And being an only child, I felt very unprotected. Okay, like everybody else had an elder brother, elder sister protecting. So I used to create some weird stories around me, and I won quite a few Wimbledons during that period. Playing against the wall, and so weird stories. So acting really helped. And in Delhi,
sorry to interrupt, but when you won those shadow Wimbledons, who did you beat in the finals?
Oh, I don't know. I would just watch them on black and white Doordarshan, and
looking at Jimmy Connor's era.
At a rematch, I used to have Wimbledon rematches.
Third umpire calls for a rematch.
Oh gosh. So it was and in Delhi, especially growing up in the 80s, when you can't tell anybody you want to be an actor here. Doesn't make any sense. What actor? Yeah. So actor had no connotation at all of this.
So acting was like a shame. You couldn't really mention.
Yeah, and then people would ask me, what do you want to do? And then I would say, I want to join the Merchant Navy. Now in Delhi, which has a river, which water, it just worked. Because Delhi, far away from any kind, there was a Merchant Navy.
It's almost like you're living in another parallel universe.
And then they had no suggestions for Merchant Navy. Anything else, people would have suggestions. Yeah. Doctor, you should go to that place. Na? Engineer, some other suggestion. Merchant Navy, quiet. That worked for me. So I came out. I came out when I joined the National School of Drama. But before that, I was just Merchant Navy.
So, but what about the parents? What did they want you to do? What did your dad do?
Parents were amazing. My father was, a very extremely large-hearted human being. Never forced me on anything. And in fact, he was with the Sangeet Natak Academy. He was a freedom fighter himself. And the interesting part is this name Vidyarthi is something which he took on from, inspired by Ganesh Shankar Vidyarthi, another, freedom fighter. So Baba was very large-hearted. He had a space for a lot of things. And both Baba was a
But he was modern thinking enough to not worry about you wanting to become a theatre actor.
Unbelievable people. And they had to bear the brunt of the questioning that our relatives and people around would have asked. I kind of completely ducked it. I was Merchant Navy to the world. And the rest of the people... And it's very interesting, I don't know, Cyrus, if you have gone through. The equivalent of that is that, when you got a Maruti 800, and, if you have a Maruti 800, you drive in somewhere, and somebody who's got a swanky car, and then they see your car and then say, hey, car, it's a very nice, in fact,
patronizing thing.
I just love and then they go on about it. Then you say, okay. So it's a bit like that. So when you're surrounded by engineers and doctors and somebody says that, and Ashish wants to be an actor, then we'll say, very nice. So nice, huh? So nice. But Beta, what will you do after that? And then you say that Merchant Navy. Who said actor? Merchant Navy.
And you chose to go to NSD to become a Merchant Navy.
Correct. Yeah.
That was the route you took.
Yes.
Obviously, in Hindu college, you were doing plays or something. There must have been some.
Yes. Well, I'd gotten in. On a dramatic reason,
scholarship,
a dramatic ticket or something. No scholarship. I mean, imagine.
No, I remember because I'm also basically 80s child, bro. And I think the whole idea was that you had to have a card. You're a hockey player, a cricketer, a boxer, a swimmer, cultural activities, something like that. So I'm sure that was our zamana.
Yes, our zamana. But that was an incredible place for me to learn so much about life, because I met such incredible human beings, and we had such such a lot of activities happening around. So I learned a lot outside of college and the campus.
Roshan Abbas would be around your
Roshan
Ajay
would be,
Jadeja, the cricketer?
probably a couple of batches junior to me from Hindu.
And
Yes.
Jadeja also, the cricketer. I think they were in the same batch. Ajay Jadeja, do you remember?
Would be, yes, around that time. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So you
So
have colorful
I
personalities.
was, I think, 83 to 86 in at Hindu.
And then you guys used to rag the Stephonians, whatever you call them.
Yeah, across the road.
Yeah, across the road.
Across the road, yes. Across the day.
Ogle at the girls.
And no, that so Stevens was something which you like. So the inside joke which we never ever shared at Hindu was that Hindu Stephens bhai bhai, lekin Stephens bada bhai. You know. So we used to feel really pathetic that these guys had a cafeteria, we had a canteen. Then we said that canteen zyada अच्छा होता है यार. You know, we had anda bhurji, they had scrambled eggs. But then we said नहीं यार वो अंडा भुर्जी. But बीच में हम जाके कैफेटेरिया में बैठ के wicker chair पे बैठ के थोड़ा scrambled eggs खा लेते थे जो सफेद रंग का होता था बिना हल्दी के. So yes, and that's very interesting about life also, Cyrus. The things that you so much want for yourself, maybe in parts, but if you don't have it, then you make joke about it. And I think Hindu Stephens is that there was a lot of camaraderie, and there was also, we used to have a debate. I think it was called the Mukherjee Memorial Debate. And we used to go and with cheers. It is great fun. There was no animosity, but yes, there was jostling for, all those things. So that was good fun.
Yeah, but I think I've covered that on MTV once, and there's a lot of rivalry between the two. And the idea, when the chart that you got out of the two colleges that they both seem to have was Stephens thought they were the more sophisticated, slightly more anglicized sort of college. And Hindu was the more, we are the real guys, and philosopher, poets, the pandits, the political aspirants.
Sure.
But in both colleges, a hard, strong theatre sort of background was there. The arts were big.
Yes.
So let's give Hindu some of the credit of molding you, and then you go to NSD.
Yeah, we went into drama school, and in fact during so Hindu, my time, Vishal and Rekha, Vishal Bhardwaj and Rekha, we are all the same batch. In fact, we used to hang around in this. Vishal's room was a place where we used to play music and compose all sorts of things.
And would he translate Shakespeare just to irritate you?
Yeah, we began it there. The first draft probably we kind of, he kind of at some point said that he wanted me for Othello. Then probably I was not big enough for him to cast me. What do I do, my friend? Ouch. Cyrus Brocha.
Great casting.
And just
you
imagine.
Presence and size and everything.
Can you believe it? Thank you for the size. Thank you for the size.
I'll recast. Hey, Othello is a man's man, bro. It's a rule of a lifetime. Why would you say no?
Yeah. And that's what's interesting, that in that entire period, made some amazing friends. And so while I was studying history, I had an evening life which was in Mandi House. I used to do theatre with a group called Sambhav. Again, Hindi theatre. So I have only done Hindi theatre. And Sambhav was a place where we were working with National School of Drama graduates who were seniors and who were wanting to do some good theatre. And, with a lot of difficulty, I got into the group, and then immediately I was the person who's getting the chai and getting the script cyclosyled and all those things, all the important things. And then finally, I remember, the scripts used to be read, and as you go through the script as it's being read, you're just looking at some role and they say, will I get? Then they just point to another person. Yeah. And Manoj, you'll do it. And yeah, you'll do this. And you'll do that. And you're just like, the roles are whizzing past you, But that was such an interesting part where...
Isn't that great? Also, it builds your character in a sense because you start at the bottom, literally.
Absolutely, Cyrus.
Actually, you can handle everything after that because you're the chai guy.
Cyrus, so interesting. And this morning I was speaking to a teammate of mine, and we were chatting about what overnight success does, in the world of the TikToks. And she was talking about how there's a lot of tension happening, that how some people are getting overnight successful and what it does to people who have been working for years at something. And you and I have experienced it, I remember that period when daily television started, and suddenly, people would get famous, and then you're walking on the street and suddenly people crowding around somebody, and you say, who's that person? And, somebody says, oh, dekha nahi, wo, Kasauti ki wo, or ya,
they put it together. I love that the most.
That entire thing.
Outside the 5 big stars, they have to put it together.
and the trouble with the celebrityhood like that is that you are made a celebrity, and then you're, to me, it's the equivalent of being put on a clothes hanger and just left there. And you think you're a celebrity, but the world has moved on. And, your fan clubs are still there, but, you don't have work.
Yeah.
And that's the...
Making me cry.
Yeah, you kind of just say, that, hey, wow, man, remember, and then they kind of say, I was that finalist in that year. And then you say, oh, great, so nice meeting you. And that's one of the problems that, when you begin the theater, Cyrus, since you have so completely okay right now also to mop the floor or to do anything, because theater has taught us, it is ingrained in us that it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it.
Almost like a socialist tradition.
It's
The
absolutely
hierarchy is sort of out of the window.
out the window, and you got amazing amount of respect for labor. You have respect for your own labor, not just like you're being patronizing towards other people, but you got tremendous respect for your own labor, and therefore that's been a huge leveler for me, and I carry that with me everywhere. For me, for example, being on time is sacrosanct. I mean, it's not like I have to be on time. I am on time because there's no question about it. Right?
If you were a woman, I'd marry you. We've got so much in common already. People calling us by the wrong names, starting at the very bottom, never forgetting all that. Bad clothes choices, I think, for sure. And above all, on time. That's the one thing that put on my... Even when I die, they'll say, he died just before time. Perfect. Hey, listen, speaking of time, we'll take a little break. Because I think we have to keep this in 45 minutes, and then we come back and talk about your career and all the women you've had relations with and those you didn't satisfy. Because that's the important point of this entire book.
Absolutely. All the names.
Names, details, PAN number, Aadhaar number. What is that new thing? Setu app, whatever it's called.
Yes.
Damn thing the government wants to tail you with.
Yes. Got
Please put that on, for God's sake.
I will. I have.
All right.
Yes.
Stay there, Ashish. We'll be back in a sec.
I want to thank Intel for supporting our show. Do you remember when last year we spoke about how the Intel vPro platform is built for business? Well, I'm glad to say we've kicked things up a notch. That's right, Intel is back with a new and improved version of the platform. Optimized with 10th generation Intel Core processors, the platform is just what IT and business users need, especially in times like now when most of us are working from home. The new Intel vPro platform lets you do more of what you want and less of what you don't. So it's better for you and for your IT teams, who really are the backbone of keeping your work from home experience easy and enjoyable. The platform is built to minimize your efforts and maximize your PC productivity, especially when working from home. I can safely say that the new vPro platform gives you more enterprise efficiency with less constraints. Visit intel.in/morewithvpro, that's VPRO, to discover how you can get more done with less waiting. If you're listening on the IVM Podcast Android app, take a look at the screen right now and you'll see a link which will take you directly there.
Ashish, we're back. This is our break. Get used to IBM, my brother. Yeah. No, I was let's segue a bit before we come back to your career. Did some event online with Shashi Tharoor was on. And of course, lambasting the government. Just want to hear your take on this because as we record this on June 6th, we're still in a sort of lockdown. Hopefully, it'll be a partial lockdown from next week. Do you think we've erred or made a mistake in this long, severe lockdown? And now that's going to be tough to, catch up. Or do you think it's the right thing to do because, the numbers aren't going down?
We have done what we have done in life too, Cyrus Brocha.
Yeah.
I mean, please tell me anything about your life which, other than in hindsight, you could have chosen. I personally, I do not.
Is this because you saw the wife?
No. Yeah, I got that, my friend. But you kind of also edged in what she said because you wanted to say that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, I really don't like sit in judgment because I cannot even be in judgment of a call that I have taken. As far as I'm concerned, at this point, discretion is better be the other than valor, but discretion better be, because this is the unseen. We really don't know what the future is. Completely, we have no clue. Leadership has no idea anywhere in the world, so it's all right. So the point here for me, Cyrus, and that's some of the things that we have also been talking, when we do our interactions with corporates, that the leadership in any place for years has been looked up to as people who knew what to do. Okay, that's how they became experts. Guess what?
They don't.
In this period, we do not know. And therefore, I think what's keenly required is our ability to navigate. Not to necessarily know what to do, when to do, but to quickly recalibrate ourselves. And Cyrus, it's true of life, my friend. I don't know how many of the things
so what you're saying is
has worked out.
What you're saying is there's no proper answer. There's no real answer.
There is no proper answer. In any case, I mean, if there had been proper answers, you remember those 5-year plans we used to have years back?
It's still to bear fruit.
Yeah, I mean, like, some things worked, some things didn't, and then so life itself, you recalibrate. I mean, I'm not too much of a fan of, I in fact never say that, look, I got it right. Most of the time I didn't get it right, but I made something out of it.
Sorry to interrupt, but you did say that you've, in 10 or 11 weeks, you've only gone out of the building once or twice?
Yeah, seriously.
Which is like, I go 5 times a day from March 23rd.
Seriously, I kind of said that, I am such a restless soul. I said at least one part of me, so I sat down and I watched, and I'm not much of a television watcher. I went and binged. Suddenly it came up for me. What was it? Tiger King. Tiger King, I kind of watched it. But on a different note, yes, I've been a person who's been traveling 19, 20 days a month through my life and career. But this period has been very, very interesting.
So you got a break, basically.
I don't know, because we've been doing quite a lot of stuff here. We've been, thanks to Zooms of the world, which is very unsafe, people say. But, we've been making do with it. And I think it's been, so in terms of my talks with organizations and the groups with people, that's been going on, doing a lot of webinars. At this point, Cyrus, very clearly, people are very scared. All right. Very, very scared. People don't know what's going to happen. And I think at this point, it's critical that we allow people to have a laugh, which you are doing so beautifully, Cyrus.
Except for this podcast, this has been the most serious one ever.
No, got it. But, but you bring in your stuff, which brings a smile. In fact, this June 19th, when I turn 55, I'm coming up with a special on Book My Show also. And we're calling it Dil Pe Mat Le Yaar. And it's my personal take that in this world where people are just filled with fear, and each one of us is adding to each other's fear because we are just saying one thing, how do you deal with this uncertainty? As if there was certainty before this. Before March, everything was certain. All right. So we have made a huge villain out of this, and because I'm very clear that each crisis comes with a new name. Before this, we had some other name for that crisis, and this too shall pass. My personal take, Cyrus, is that very soon, maybe October, maybe November, it's suddenly going to open. It's suddenly going to open. All right. And when it's suddenly going to open, people are either won't care about, I'm okay, I'll deal with it.
You'll go back to square one.
Vaccine by then.
Yeah.
Right? But we better not, be scared each day and stuff like that. Let's do everything that is needed.
But Ashish, the big question here that any sensible person will ask is, what happens to sex going forward?
I have a feeling even that you should do it protected. That goes
on your own, like I do.
Yes.
Without any partners.
Absolutely, that's the most protected way, right?
Yes. With a glove and a mask, because I can't bear to see myself.
Yes, you're masked.
All right, Ashish, we need to get quickly into your career because this thing will end in a few minutes. So you were in NSD. You started, obviously becoming a better actor and learning the craft, applying the trade. Then you came to Mumbai.
Yes.
Or were you spotted in NSD? How did that work?
How much we hoped, because the National School of Drama, the hostel was 2 roads away from the institute itself. Mm-hmm. So we used to, just dream, that we're crossing the street and suddenly a car would stop, and Yash Chopra would come out.
Yeah.
It was a tight slap. Yahan kya kar raha hai? Chal, Bombay chal. Nothing like that happened. So all of us kind of waited for that car to screech to a halt and somebody to slap us and take us to Bombay. That didn't happen. So in 90 graduated from National School of Drama, 2 years did theatre with Act 1. Again, an extraordinary experience of learning. And 92 came down to Bombay. In fact, in that entire period, the learning, the friendships, the bondings that we created.
You have a house?
Manoj Vajpayee, we were working together. There was again Vishal coming and doing some music for.
Where did you stay?
Well, I lived in Delhi. N.K. Sharma, Piyush Mishra. We were all around that same time. Sujit Sarkar. Some amazing set. The experiences that time, Cyrus, for me, I learned a lot more in my Act 1 phase, even more than what I could have imagined at the National School of Drama, because that is where reality met me. So my training and when I met reality, it has played a huge role for me. So therefore, again, what we began with, that, begin the journey for me is like, for example, after National School of Drama, I become an actor. So now I know. I discovered very soon. I just scratched the surface of something.
Socrates.
And so thereafter, when I came down to Bombay, started doing Hindi films. And in fact, I got Rokal. And when I asked
But
Govind
what was the
Helani,
first, how did you get that first break?
film. And that's what I said. When I asked him why I got it, how I got it, he says something like, I like the complexion or something.
Where did he see you? He saw you in Act 1 in Delhi?
Yeah, probably he saw me in, in Prithvi probably.
No, but he saw you
Funny
perform.
part, Cyrus, the funny part is when I got the National Award for that first film, and there was a party thrown, and
Right.
I was shooting at Filmalaya, I think, and in the telephone we got a message. I called up Govindji, and I was shooting for a film or a series there, and serial, not called a series then, called a serial. So I was
Serial.
doing-
TV serial.
yeah, TV serial. And I called Govindji, and Govindji said, yeah, congratulations. I said, thank you, Govindji. National Award, thank you. Then he said, acha, suno, go down to mainland China at Andheri East and book. We're going to have a party today. I said, okay. So now I disconnect the phone and I make the next phone to a friend of mine who stays in Andheri East, Pradeep Sharma. I call him Pradeep. वो गोविंद जी ने कहा यार वो मेनलैंड चाइना बुक करने को अच्छा तो आ तो जा. So I finished the shoot at 6 and I kind of rushed on my bike, my Hero Honda 3797. I rushed there to mainland China. I pick up my friend on the way. I reach mainland China, Marol Naka, and I walk in there, and that's a place where I've probably been there once before that. Very, very expensive. Like
Right.
beyond. I would look from outside and one day I'll go in more often. I go in and I book one table. I show them one side table. I said, hey, wo ek table book karna. Because I'm counting, there'll be Govindji, there'll be me, my friend Pradeep, and probably one cameraman. So I'm counting for 4 people. We have booked one table. And then I take a bath and I come in there. 7:30, Govindji walks in. He says, हाँ आशीष, क्या किधर book किया? I point to him that table. हाँ वो हाँ मतलब वहाँ से कहाँ तक? I said वहीं. नहीं ये पूरा section कर दो. So the manager is like, yeah, of course. Manager doesn't know who I am. He knows Govind Helani. Again, books that entire. Then one after the other, Cyrus Brocha, people walking in, they are hugging me. They are, picking
It's
up
like
a
John
drink.
Chani Janardhan.
They are picking up a drink. They are taking prawns. People are asking me, what will you drink? I said, no, not today. And then I'm not even having Nimbu Pani because I don't have any money, Cyrus Brocha.
Shit.
Don't have any
You weren't sure
money.
if you were footing the bill.
And they are offering me, my favorite prawns are moving in front of me going, and they're asking me, I say, even if I take 1 prawn less, I'll probably spend a month less washing their dishes. People coming, hugging, eating. I eat nothing. I drink nothing. At the end of the evening, like about 10:30, 11, I have the courage. I walk up to Govindji and I say, Govindji, just for today, if you can pay this, मैं in the next month,
6 महीना में.
in next week or next month, I'll just pay. Govindji looks at me and says, this is my party, Ashish. I look at him. I say, हाँ, Govindji. Arey, you didn't have anything? I said, Govindji, now I will have. I ordered for whiskey. I ordered for those prawns and that fish. I just sat and I gobbled. I got drunk. But
Ashish, what a story.
2 hours, my friend. But the
Bro,
scary.
I
Well-
can't tell you. You've struck a chord with me now completely because this has happened so many times in my life. It's a middle class upbringing or what I don't know. That fear factor ki kharch kahan se, kiska, this the
That's
moment,
kahenga.
I can't focus unless somebody says, okay, it's a treat, I can't focus.
Yeah.
I've done exactly the same thing. I've not eaten. I've sat there with the 5 other boys, on the taxi thinking, koi bade miyan rolls. I don't have any money. How am I going to manage $24 also,
And
What I do
Dubeji taught me something amazing. He used to see me do all this. They used to tell me very early. He says, when somebody used to offer me food or something, I'll just to walk away. They say, Ashish Dara, Bombay में कोई घर देता है, खाना देता है, खा लेने का. मना नहीं करना. So, so we are, and then of course we started doing Hindi films and then we started doing commercial films because I realized that just doing art films won't work. Can't take care of my parents. And then then the pain and all that, Cyrus, when you start doing commercial films, they become hit and people start recognizing you. Except that even in your heart, you're feeling that you're a sellout. You wanted to do some interesting roles.
Yeah.
You wanted to do roles which defined you, but you're doing the usual stuff. And then you have some wonderful friends who remind you, big gaya tu Ashish, all that. And then yes, we're big gaya, but kya karu mere ko yaar, and all that. But that time also, you also get a lot of freedom, Cyrus, when you are things mapped out. For me, I was very clear that I had to take care of my parents. That was absolutely clear for me because they're very old. I'm the only child. And I said that they're not going to wait for that time when their son starts getting good films. And then, so less time with them I took. And then at a point, that was around 99, and that's when I said that I want to do something more with myself because I'm just not going to do just these kind of things. That's when I started going out and looking for work in south of India because in Hindi, I was caricaturing myself beyond belief. And I was beyond belief. And I didn't know how much I was hurting. I was hurting like anything. And the best part of the journey of an actor is that, people say things about you and you have to deal with yourself. Because whatever they're saying, they're spot on, except that you're talking about yourself and you can't do anything about it. So you think. So for me, that was a period which was at a lot of heartburn. And to say that it has ceased, no, it hasn't. Because then the journey south happened and did about 200 plus films across those languages. But again, that search and the want to do something interesting has continued. And so therefore, about 6 years back, I said that also Hindi, also the 10 other languages, also started communicating with people because I have been talkative.
The motivation.
By the way, is today a Saturday?
It is a Saturday.
Saturdays, I tend to speak a bit more.
Wonderful.
So I on the other hand, we met today.
I, on the other hand, don't bother about the day. But just a quick word on the motivational speaking. So where did that come from? Is it you or did somebody say, hey, Ashish, we like your story, the way you talk to us. How did you set that up?
So it was a late flight, inordinately delayed flight. And you know what happens? The most junior person in the aircraft, in the airline, is there on duty. And people were going and fighting with them. And I felt that somebody was going to hit him. Right? Because he's no clue why the flight is late. He's no clue why he's there.
Oh God, that happens.
That guy's standing there and they're about to hit him. And I'm worried if they hit him. And you know what happens at late in the night when people want to go home, they also become very brave, especially in a crowd. And then they're gaining confidence and they're coming in waves. One set goes, the other one, then they retreat, then the other one comes. So finally, I had to kind of just walked up to one of the bravest of them and I stood next to him and I said that, listen, if you touch him, you will get arrested. And then somehow he controlled himself. He kind of said, "Theek hai yaar, chalne do, kya hota hai desh ka," and all that. Then he retreated. So on the flight as we sat, there's a gentleman who sat next to me and he said that, what did you tell this person? So I said that I shared with him the consequences of his actions. I didn't ask him not to hit him. I just said that, So he said, would you like to speak to corporates? This gentleman turned out to be Mr. Emmanuel David. He was a CHRO of Voltas at that point.
Okay.
So we met and then a year later he called me and he said that, look, I
saw you quell a crowd in an airport.
Yeah.
And he decided you're the next prophet.
Yeah, something. I have no clue why. So then a year later he calls me and he says that, would you like to thing? And then we had, and I kind of started, and here too, Cyrus, here's the interesting part. So over the years, as I have kind of traversed in conversation with corporations and with large sets of people. Initially, again, at corporations, I'm like this exotic thing, right? So, Ashish, it'll be so nice that you talk about theater and just bring in that how theater is close to life. And, we want to look at how storytelling in theater. So, you become an exotic theater piece and you can only talk theater. So I said, hey, listen, I've got something else too. I'm a person who's lived life just like you. And so I also discovered in this period another very interesting thing that people so very much like if you're certified. And initially there were so many people, who would like to answer, so are you certified? And I said, no. And they would say,
certified? Motivational speaker certified? Diploma?
Some certification. People love certification, right? So you're a certified speaker and you're certified whatever. But it's been a very interesting journey when I could discover that people really need to be reached out to when they experience being heard. When we can be in their world, something amazing gets created, Cyrus. And so I'm really enjoying this journey of allowing people to see possibilities. And I promise you, Cyrus, it's all about me. It's all about how I see possibilities for myself. And I just share that.
And are you sort of naked on stage when you talk to them? You let it all out?
Yes.
Yeah. Not just the pain and suffering.
At least I haven't disrobed myself.
Yeah.
So I still wear some things, but yes, as an actor also it helps when you can be your vulnerable best. And personally in life also, I felt that when people can be vulnerable and if they can be okay with being vulnerable, life is amazing.
And besides, they get what they paid for. That's what I always say.
Absolutely.
It's like we get the government of choice. Don't blame the government. We voted one way or the other.
Absolutely.
Right, Ashish, we've got to stop it here because you talk far too much and we can't pay you for this. And you're a motivational speaker, which is a separate profession of yours. So you should be charging us. But we do a thing called the AMAs and we get some strange questions. And young Silvery, my producer, who's known to use Antariksh, but his code name is Silvery. It's a long story.
Is he from here? Antariksh, is he from here?
He's a Powai boy.
Antariksh.
Yeah, he's a Panju boy from Powai. We all fucked up in this country now.
Antariksh from Earth. Okay.
Yeah.
Namaskar, dear Bandhu. My name is Ashish Vidyarthi. These are truly challenging times, and in these times, we need hope. Do take time to listen to my podcast, Begin the Journey. Available on IVM Podcasts, website, app, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Remember, there is hope because there's one life and we are alive.
Follow me at Instagram and Twitter on Bored Brocha. I'm so bored, I need your help. I need your love. I need your touch. Okay, just follow me.
Okay, first question is sent in by Sudhanshu Mehta. He asks, hey Cyrus and guest, hope you're doing well under quarantine. Cyrus, most of your guests are very charismatic and wonderful personalities with amazing stories to tell. Not everyone can be like that though. My question is, how can one fake extreme confidence to get by things like interviews, meetings, and social encounters?
Oh God, can you believe it? You've actually hit the right podcast.
That.
Ashish, this is right up your alley. Unbelievable.
You want to fake that.
You possibly get this question. I mean, this is the core of your entire motivational speaking thing because they want to actually exceed their performances in their professional career. So,
but did I hear a word FAKE? He said about faking something.
Because he means it because he doesn't have that normal confidence.
Sure. And I got that. So here is one very straight thing, my friend. First of all, anything that you fake will be found out. Absolutely. But so you also have to get that whatever underconfidence that you have is also you're faking it. Because, you have set some barometer somewhere and you said that, like if I'm not there, that means I'm underconfident. Remember, the most brilliant thing which is available to us is where we are. If we can be confidently stating where we are. For me, Cyrus, three powerful words that I, give to people and I give to myself first is I don't know. The moment I'm okay with I don't know, I don't have to fake anything. People might just say, you don't know? And then I say, yeah, I don't know. You don't know? Yeah, I don't know. And after that, life is free. So therefore, for me, dear friend, wherever you want to communicate yourself, be prepared, study well, be prepared, prepare yourself for that. But whatever you don't know, be confident enough to tell people that you don't know because it's okay not to know. And it's even more amazing if you can get to know more.
And Ashish, there's also the other option, which is to lie. And I want to just tell a little true story, which is not a lie. I remember in FIJC, I got an A for a book review for Firdaus Kanga, Parsi writer from Kushrubag, on a book called Learning to Fly. I think he's paraplegic, if I remember correctly. And the character's name is Cyrus. I read 7 pages, like the first page, the 9th page, and the 48th page or something. I put it together. And I just rambled on, and I got an A without reading it. So I'm not totally convinced that you can't lie your way through a lot of things. I mean, when I'm looking back in life. So I want to just hold the flag for insincerity and say, if you can use it as a fine art, don't shun it completely. I think you're on another level.
And listen, have the ability to tell a story in an interesting way. That's what life wants.
That's true.
Yeah.
And that's not a lie.
That's not a lie. And even if it is,
well told.
And if you convince yourself, it won't be.
Yeah.
So say it, Gobels.
Yeah.
All right. Next one.
Next one is sent in by Meghna Murlidhar. She calls herself the Guju girl from Germany.
Yeah, I remember she sent us a couple before.
Yeah, she sent us. Yeah, correct. She says, hello all. Came to Cyrus. I hope you guys are keeping yourself sane in the lockdown. Your show keeps me connected to the Indian news apart from my calls now and then with mom. My question to you is, since this lockdown has started, everyone in the family, even distant family members, have been super active on Zoom. And everyone wants to get on video calls at all random times. And sometimes you just don't have anything else to say after hi, hello, how are you, the regular Corona talks. And the rest goes down to Baki Biju. Are you guys
in Gujarati we say Skuchale, so you have nothing else to say.
Or और बता.
Bijusu.
Yeah. So are you guys facing similar calls? And what's your escape window if you do so?
Okay, Ashish, again, this is right up your alley in a sense. Now she's being sincere. You said be sincere. She's being sincere.
Okay, now I'm giving it straight. All right, Cyrus.
Yeah.
So a friend of mine, he's caught me. So he says that when Ashish wants to end a conversation, he says, "So what was for lunch?" He says, "Okay, bye."
The subtle hint. Fair enough.
Yeah. And my son, who's studying in Berkeley, he kind of says, I said, "Mogu, let's set up a Zoom call." He says, "Why?" I said, "We'll sit and chat." He says, "Why?" Then I say, "All right, yeah, we won't." But essentially, yes, we run out of matter, yeah. Like, kitna kuch karenge?
Why can't we be honest with our family and close friends? Why can't we just say, "Fuck off, I don't want to talk now"? I mean, why doesn't that happen?
Yeah, but hurt bada aisa. See, we want to say a lot of things, but what if they hurt us, yeah?
No,
you know what you said hurt me?
Okay, quickly. I know we're running late here, but just one thing I want to ask you, Ashish and Silvery, which is, I don't understand this whole bye culture that we have in India, bye as in farewell. When you have to leave the party, it becomes like Punjabi wedding ending, rone, all this shit will start and hugging, and don't go, bhai, ek aur drink pilao and this, that. I mean, why can't we just say, bye, I'm going, I want to go, that's it. Why can't we just exit, like in a play, exit Caesar with courtiers?
Yeah,
gone.
Exit.
Yeah.
That exit line is very important.
But why? Why do we procrastinate? What does that happen?
There is, like, let's exit in a peaceful way. Let bye bol ke jate. Tu bye bol ke nahi gaya? Bye kyun nahi bol ke gaya? And it is, yes. We kind of, yes. I think Tamiz and we all want to be, people should comment that we are very well brought up. He's so courteous. That courtesy is something, Cyrus, which we love, no? If somebody calls us courteous, if somebody calls our kid courteous.
Well-mannered, yeah. Oh, super.
Kitna acha lagta hai, na?
Next president.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for me, it's a real bugbear about this not letting people go. I'm like, I always tell people, if I don't have parties anymore, but I would always tell them, please go when you want to. Don't have to say bye, eat, drink, and F off whenever you want to. That's it.
Yeah. In my case, we whenever we used to have a party, remember some time back, so we begin our parties at 7:30. At 10, I am off. So even if people are there, I'll say, "Hey, good night." So I don't wait for people to say good night.
Because the other line doesn't work. You can't say, "So what's for lunch?"
I just leave. I scoot. So yeah, let's move it. So Cyrus, I think we've reached an hour now, huh?
I think I've had enough of you, Ashish. Yeah. For God's sake.
Yeah. So what's for lunch, Cyrus?
Hey, wait it. Cue, take, print. We've got it, sir. One shot. Oh yeah, sir. Hey, Ashish, it's been great talking to you.
Absolutely.
I'm sure we'll get to chat again since you're not.
Cyrus, I want to say something before we leave.
Say, bhaijan.
One from the heart.
Bolo.
Cyrus, I am touched today, and you may crack a joke on that later, but I'll tell you, you're such an amazing listener, my friend. And I experienced you today. You're generous, you listen, and you're so well researched. All right? And hats off. My friend, I just want to let you know, I just want you to get this straight. So if anyone is even watching your shows, they really have to get that behind the humor, there is the detailing, the professionalism, deep appreciation, Cyrus.
And Tamiz.
Kamal hai. Tamiz to khair kamal hai. And the best thing is you don't use any of the cuss words.
Wow. Once. I think once.
No, I did. Did you say anything? I didn't hear it. By the time I had left,
Yeah. For lunch. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. No, I've been getting a lot of criticism for not letting the guests talk. So I've been trying my best to listen. Of course, you're a very interesting guy, but occasionally they aren't that interesting. So then we keep, talking in between. Of course.
But listen, you have to also join me once on Begin the Journey.
100%.
Yes.
The journey has never started.
Fantastic.
When will my journey start?
Fantastic.
Going on in circles.
Great.
All right. See you, Ashish. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Bahut shukriya aap sabka. Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you all on my show.
Yes.
Begin the Journey.
As we say in Gujarati, howdy.
Howdy. Best wishes. What's for lunch? Cheers.
I got Thai food, boy.
Thank you.
I got prawns. Bye.
Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps, please. We beg you, we need you. Send us your questions on Twitter on Cyrus Says In. Or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.
Beta, did you know 79% of all scientists in NASA are Indian only?
देखो, इंडिया में टैक्स सिर्फ मिडिल क्लास भरती है. Everyone is just enjoying free यार.
आजकल के youngsters are only interested in partying and enjoying. उनको देश की पड़ी ही नहीं है.
बेटा तुम बस शादी कर लो, उसके बाद तो you can enjoy life like anything.
I will tell you what this country needs. This country needs 15 years of dictatorship. That is the only way to become a superpower. See the Chinese, how much they've progressed.
सुनो, तुमने ये WhatsApp forward देखा?
So what's common between all of these statements?
They're all absolutely rubbish.
Fake WhatsApp forwards that spread like wildfire.
And statements that defy any logic.
They are here to debunk them all.
Way of family WhatsApp groups, worst nightmare. Where what happens when you read a book.
Basically, we're just a bunch of guys who want to cut through the bullshit of everyone saying this, how it won't be true.
So that the next time someone confidently squeezes out some WhatsApp or Twitter BS, you will look them dead in the eye and go, Uncle, please sit.
So join me, Joel.
And me, Tushar.
Every Mondays for a fresh new episode of Uncle, Please Sit.
Advertising is dead. Yep, you heard me right. Advertising is dead. We're all in the content business now. Let's not call it news, TV, radio, etc., etc. It's all content, and we're in the middle of this weirdly exciting phase where all the borders and lines that have been drawn over decades has been swept away by this lovely thing called the internet. We're a show where we don't dwell on just the stuff that is now, but rather the wider stuff about advertising, media, content, and the whole goddamn circus surrounding it. Tune in every Tuesday for our weekly unboxing of the mystery box we used to call advertising. I'm Varun Dugirala, co-founder and content chief at The Glitch, and this is my new podcast, Advertising is Dead.